Hello guys, before I start the video, I have a quick announcement to make. We recently hit 100 subscribers. I want to thank you all for the support. To celebrate this milestone, I'm hosting a giveaway. To enter the giveaway, you just have to comment on this video and subscribe to the channel. The Pokemon I'm giving away are an PvP Hisuian Zoroark, Hydreigon, and Metagross. A big thank you to Nico Super Sigma Man and Gabe is Cool XD for helping me arrange this giveaway. Dragon Pulse is supposed to be Draco Meteor, but I forgot to change that at the time of recording this. By the way, Z crystals can't be traded. They are shown here because they are used on the best moveset for H Zoro and Metagross. They'll be holding ability patches instead when traded for this reason. I'll now go over how the giveaway works. The giveaway has 3 winners, with each getting 1 Pokemon. Everyone who joins the giveaway will be added to this wheel. I'll spin the wheel to pick a random winner. After spinning the wheel to decide a winner, I'll spin another wheel to decide which Pokemon they get. So in this case, subscriber 2 wins the Hydreigon. I'll do 2 more spins after to decide the other 2 winners and the Pokemon they get. Now I've demonstrated how the giveaway works. Good luck to all of the people who are participating. As we get more subscribers, I'll be hosting more giveaways like this one in the future. If you enjoy these PvP videos, subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow and lets you stay tuned for more PvP content from one of the best players in the scene. That's it for everything I had to say. Thank you guys for the immense support. I really appreciate it, and we shall celebrate this milestone together. Now, let's get into the video. Hello guys, welcome to my 3rd PvP video. In this video, I'm using a Sun Bulky Offense team featuring Mega Charizard Y. This Bulky Offense team is enabled by Zard Y's Sun, activating photosynthesis on Great Tusk, Roaring Moon, and Raging Bolt. But these Pokemon don't rely on Sun to be good, which is why this style of Sun is better than full Sun teams with Torkoal and Chlorophyll users. Zard Y is one of the biggest threats in the tier after the Gudra nerf and addition of Paradox Pokemon. Weather Ball and Sun hits very hard, with its newly gained access to Earth power in this game, letting it slam opposing Bolt. Toxapex and Mega Tyranitar much harder than Scorching Sands would. Solar Beam and Sun lets Zard Y obliterate water types like Alomomola and Rotom Wash. Roost lets it heal off Stealth Rock damage and check Pokemon like Triage Meganium and Iron Valiant. Zard Y gets a ton of opportunities to switch in against Pokemon like Landorus Therian, Great Tusk, and Ferrothorn. The only reliable checks to Zard are Mega Tyranitar and Toxapex. Zard Y is very oppressive in the team builder. With Earth power it is even harder to check. PvP Council, if you're watching this, please remove Earth power from Zard to make it more manageable. The second Pokemon on this team is a choice banned Roaring Moon, who provides immediate power, a ghost resist, and speed control to the team. With 220 attack EVs, Roaring Moon gets a speed boost from photosynthesis, making it a great revenge killer. Knockoff is a strong stab that removes items. Earthquake provides coverage against Mega Diancie and Raging Bolt if you don't want to lock into Outrage. U-turn lets you pivot and keep momentum going, and Outrage is a great cleaning tool for the endgame. Next up is the Great Tusk. This time Tusk is playing a more utility-based role. Tusk is the perfect partner for Zard Y. As our bulky ground type and form of hazard control, this primal elephant spins away Stealth Rock and sets them up for our team. Great Tusk is once again running max HP, but this time it's more about the bulk than the speed photosynthesis boost, which still helps a ton. Headlong Rush and Ice Spinner provide the same excellent ground ice coverage. Tusk is once again playing the important role of a bulky utility ground type, which it's great at. Next up is Corviknight, our physically defensive Pokemon who provides important defensive utility with its typing, notably an immunity to ground and resistance to fairy. Corv functions as a bulky pivot who can check offensive threats like Iron Valiant for the team and provide safe switch-ins with U-turn. Corv also provides a second form of hazard control via Defog, which is needed to make the Rock weak, Zard Y consistent. The fifth Pokemon on this team is Alomomola, our bulky water type and other bulky pivot. With its lower speed stat, Alo can tank hits and get slow flip turns off, healing off the damage it takes via Regenerator, while giving safe switch-ins and healing to teammates via Wish from its massive HP stat. Protect lets Alo wait out the turn needed to heal from Wish and pile up toxic damage on sweepers or annoying walls. Finally, we have Raging Bolt, our last sun-abusing Paradox Pokemon. With Calm Mind and a special attack boost from photosynthesis in Sun, Bolt is a ferocious wall breaker and win con. It has two strong stabs, with ground types fearing Dragon Stab on the switch in and Thunderclap providing strong priority to KO faster Pokemon. Dragonium Z, after a Calm Mind boost in Sun, blows up many walls in the tier. Max speed with a timid nature lets this ancient form of Raikou have the best chance of outspeeding others of its kind, and also lets it outspeed Lando T and Glisker that are speed creeping modest Raging Bolt and blow them up. Bolt is a staple on bulky offense teams and is one of the strongest special attackers in the tier, but Thunderclap having an immunity makes it balanced in my opinion. So guys, that's it for the team. However, I didn't get much time to work on this team, so it does have some weaknesses, mainly into opposing Raging Bolt and the stall matchup. I didn't want to take too long to upload my next video, and I also haven't been keeping well mentally, so I just kinda tested it in Roria Conquest and got a few good games that I didn't want to let go to waste. I'll do my best to be consistent from now onwards and try complete my teams before I showcase them. I put a ton of effort into making these PvP videos and will be uploading more soon, so please like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more PvP content from a top player in the scene. So now, let's finally get to the battles. The first battle of this video is against Random Cat, Raging Bolt has an absolutely insane matchup here. They have no ground types, and their two electric-resistant Pokemon get nuked by Draco Meteor. Raging Bolt threatens basically every Pokemon my opponent has, so I just lead off with it. This is why you need a ground type on every team. This is an interesting situation. Most Rillaboom run Adamant Nature, and my timid Bolt outspeeds those, but Draco isn't always one-shotting. I decide to hold onto my Z move and just use Draco Meteor, which has a small chance to KO. If I don't, getting guaranteed damage is still nice. Fake Out is the last thing I expected, but this confirms that the Rillaboom doesn't have choice span. I make the same move again. Assault Vest and Fake Out. They are running a VGC set. This is still a good trade for me, since I put them in range of Z later. I switch to Corviknight to tank whatever Rillaboom throws at me now. They switch to Toxapex, likely to try Toxic me, since I had lowered speed, attack from Draco, or they're unfamiliar with Raging Bolt's game and thought I was Specs. They never Toxic here. I pivot into Bolt and click. Toxic spikes go up, which is annoying but manageable. Thunderbolt is free to click since they lack a ground and Draco kills Rilla and their own Bolt. They baneful bunker to Scout, but this doesn't matter. I always Thunderbolt anyway. Most Raging Bolt run Modest, so I'm confident that I outspeed with my timid Bolt. If I claim this KO, I'll have a huge lead. This is a huge KO for me. My Zard Y gets opened up a lot now. They go into their Multiscaly Dragonite to set up Dragon Dance on my -2 Bolt. I'll go Allo 2 Toxic. That Earthquake hits like a banana peel. I'll Toxic this, since a neutral Dragon Z move never KOs me here, and I can outlast it with Corv and Allo depending on the full moveset. I get my Toxic off. I'll now go into Corviknight to Scout and take pretty much anything they throw at me. Just an EQ. I'll roost once to Scout for Fire Punch. kinda wished I defogged or U-turned. I can go all on Weather Ball. I'll now bait Solar Beam into Roaring Moon to get an easier entry. Taking toxic spikes isn't ideal, but I can wish pass with Hollow later. I think they're likely to go Toxapex. I U-turn here. They stay in. They may have expected me to have Dragon Dance and wanted to deal chip damage, but a DD variant would blow that up with Dragonian Z without any boost. Let's scout their move. Air Slash. I'll protect to stall a Sun turn. They Air Slash again, possibly predicting a switch from me. I neither want to play the mind game, nor take too much damage on Bolt or Moon. I flip turn. They go into gold. Interesting. I'll go Tusk to threaten them out. Sun runs out. Tusk is not faster than a Scarf set, but Make It Rain never KOs my Tusk. I'll get my Stealth Rock up to pressure Zard Y and limit Rillaboom as well. That was a very aggressive read, attacking as I get rocks up. But this doesn't lose me that much. I can just wish pass with Alo, who gets safe entry here. They clicked MIR again. I can go for wish here and he'll Tusk or Bolt the next turn. They go into Pex as I wish. They'll always Scald or get another T-Spike up. The best play overall is flip turning and going to Raging Bolt if they stay in. The second layer of T-Spikes go up. Calm Mind is a solid play overall and covers for the likely baneful bunker. and my opponent can't punish this play very well. Poison damage is slowly adding up, but my Raging Bolt is in a dominant offensive position. Thunderbolt is completely free to click here. My Zard Wise Weather Ball is much stronger offensively now that Pex is gone. This game is basically over for my opponent. They can neither break through my team, nor have good defensive options against my offense. They'll fake out and stack up poison. I want to save HP on Bolt, so I switch to Corviknight. U-turn is the good overall play as it covers for everything, including a gold switch predicting my defog. Gold does come in. I have a safe switch to Zard now, and I'll always Mega Weather Ball after. They don't have any switch-ins to fire Weather Ball. I am in a very strong position. Poison Dragonite never sweeps my team, and it's a matter of time till I win. I'll once again switch to Olo, the reason being to scout for Fire Punch. They DD, but this is completely fine. I will wish instead of protecting to cover for another DD or switch. They used extreme speed. They either have Fire Punch, Outrage, or Roost last. I can safely go into Corviknight and defog. Yet another DD, so either Fire Punch or Roost last. I'll defog anyway. I have Zard for Rilla Olo for this tonight. Its only attacking moves are Extreme Speed and Earthquake. Corviknight walls this forever. Brave Bird is free to click. 20% is pathetic. I click Brave Bird again as it KOs their Rillaboom and Zard on the switch after rocks. I'll U-turn now to position a cleanup for Roaring Moon with choice Banned Outrage. Come out big shiny Roaring Moon. You're worth 30 Bacaps for a reason. My ancient dragon doesn't need a photosynthesis boost to tear the fake dragon to shreds. Outrage. It is Rillaboom against the world now. While Fake Out denies Moon the last KO, it won't affect the results of the battle, as Zard Y will finish it off after. Zard's Weather Ball shall deliver the finishing blow. And that ends Game 1. Good game, and well played to Random Cat. Going into Game 2, they have a rain team without a ground type or Ferrothorn. Guess who has an insane matchup? Raging Bolt clicks buttons all game. Only Metagross can try 1v1 it. I'll lead with it to put offensive pressure on my opponent. Metagross can try 1v1 Bolt, so I'll play it safe and scout with Corviknight. It just goes for Psychic Fangs, so they might not have EQ or Ice Punch. I'll simply U-turn for momentum. Stealth Rock is interesting, since Metagross mostly runs Shift Gear, which it got as a buff in RC. I immediately spin with Tusk. The switch is likely, and if they stay into attack, Psychic Fangs never one-shots Tusk unless it gets a max roll crit. Rapid Spin is always my play. Helliper is coming to set up rain as I spin away the rocks. I just go into Auto to scout and pivot after. They go into Greninja, who is likely running the Specs Battle on set. I'll flip turn since Olo tanks a Dark Pulse, and I risk Ice Beam if I hard switch in Bolt or Moon. I'll go into Raging Bolt here to scare out Gren and Calm Mind to start blowing through walls. I'll just Calm Mind here. After a boost, I blow up Tangrowth and even assault Vest Goodrell with one Dragonium Z coming off Draco Meteor. Time to drop the big Draconic nuke. KO removes the biggest problem for Zard Y. This position is insanely good for me. Overquill never KOs me while Thunderbolt blows it back. I'll take my KO. Raging Bolt has put in a ton of work, but now it's a bit low on HP. I'll have to switch it out. I'll go into Corv to tank a hit and you turn out. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'll once again rapid spin for the same reason. The cycle repeats. They go back into Metagross, likely to get rocks back up. I'll flip again, but this time I'll go into Roaring Moon and knock off, which looks really strong now. Not even max HP is taking what's possibly the strongest knockoff in OU. This is a comfortable endgame for me. Bolt claims a KO every time it switches in. I'll just go to Corv again. Leech Seed is a bit annoying. I'll defog away the rocks. I'll roost to live one Specs Dark Pulse from Bren. I'll go into Olo again and flip. I'll switch to Roaring Moon now. I will U-turn now. Raging Bolts. Draco Meteor gets a KO now. go to Olo again and go Tusk after if they Dark Paws. I'll find an opportunity for Bolt to come in and clean up. It doesn't really matter what I do, I'll use Stealth Rock. I'll let Tusk go down so I get bolted. Time for Bolt to end this. That ends game 2. Good game, and well played to Cabal. The final battle of this video is against Demon Lord, an old friend of mine. They have a very interesting team with some massive threats in Meganium and Mega Aerodactyl. Weavile is stone-walled by Olo, but their Aerodactyl is a threat, especially if it's Dragon Dance. Meganium is also a very big threat. I need Zard Y alive for it. I think that Meganium, Aero, and Moltres are likely leads. Meganium threatens everyone but Zard Y. Aero is fast and powerful while Molt can Toxic or U-turn on everything but Raging Bolt. I lead Olo since I think they'll lead Molt or Aero to counter lead Zard. I get the lead right. Toxic is super free into my opponent's team and poisoning Meganium, or their Olo, would be especially huge. My Olo will be very important this game. This is an amazing start. Poisoning their Olo makes it much easier to deal with. I'm gonna protect so that they take extra poison if they try Toxic my Olo. They flip turn on me. I'll go Corviknight in case they try Toxic me or go to Niam. They do go Meganium. I will just U-turn. I'm not completely sure if they have HP Fire, but it doesn't KO me. If they do have the coverage, I'll tank it, switch to Zard and Wish heal later. If they go Molt, I'll get in Bolt to start putting on offensive pressure. I U-turn on Moltres and get burned. I hate this stupid bird. I'll get in Raging Bolt. I'll drop a Thunderball as they get in Meganium. The risk of a Dragon move means that they will never switch in Tusk, and furthermore, both Tusk and Niam provide an opportunity for Zard to attack. So Meganium does come in. I'll go Zard always. Even if they double switch to Arrow, my Alo and Bolt can comfortably take it on. They do make the double switch to Arrow. I'll always go Alo here to tank a move. I will use Wish in case they stay in and attack again. If they switch, my switch in after won't take damage thanks to Wish healing. Dragon Dance is scary, but I can take another hit. I can flip turn into Raging Bolt and threaten Thunderclap. They DD again, likely expecting me to protect. I take no damage and get Enraging Bolt for free. I always Thunderclap here. If I don't T-clap and they EQ, I lose. If they switch, I'm fine, and if they stay in and go down, that's one threat off the table. That is a huge KO for me. Arrow being gone means it's just Meganium to deal with. But this battle is far from over. Time to go all out and eat another hit. After losing my item, this Weavile is now permanently walled by Alo. I can heal up with Wish. I will protect to scout and heal. Calm Mind is fine. I'll get in Zard. They reveal HP Fire. Corviknight isn't safe against Niam. Zard will be super important to stop this thing. Weather Ball is free to click. That did a ton for a resisted move, but I don't KO with another. I will go into Raging Bolt as they boost. Mystical Fire is interesting. Now I will slowly chip down Meganium with Thunderbolt. I will go back to Zard Y. This is where I make a huge mistake. I completely forgot about Pursuit. I just lost my Meganium Mancer. This is so bad for me. Weavile is locked into Pursuit. I can get a free knockoff with Roaring Moon. They sacrifice Moltres, but this game is about to get really difficult to win. It will come down to how I play around with Meganium. Weavile comes back in. I have to go Arlo. I always Toxic. That poison is huge. I have a chance. It is time to play around this Meganium. I don't think they'll immediately HP fire. I'll go Corv as they calm mine or Giga Drain. The poison damage will be crucial in taking this thing down. They are likely to either Hidden Power or Giga Drain, predicting Arlo. I will send in Roaring Moon. I will get Corv back in to deny healing. Great Tusk comes in. I'll scout the move it wants to use by U-turning. They use knockoff as I U-turn. I will go to Arlo now and Toxic again. That is a max attack Tusk. I'll go back to Corvi, so I don't risk a crit headlong rush. The switch back to Weavile is interesting. I will tank the triple axle with Arlo. I expect them to switch to their Arlo to try Toxic me. Flip turn doesn't lose me anything here. That miss is super unfortunate for my opponent. My flip turn play was a misplay that would have been punished if they didn't miss. I'll get in Corv and go back to Arlo. They'll go for the KO, and I can wish heal. I just go back to Arlo. I'll protect for wish healing and to not risk a crit. This is where I realize that if I get rocks up and their tusk goes down, I win. I decide to flip turn and go to my tusk for this reason. I bring in tusk and try get rocks up. I was hoping to lose the speed tie the turn after. This is where I need to lose a speed tie. If I lose the tie, they spin, and I get rocks back up in the same turn as poison KOs them. If I win the tie, this game becomes much harder. In hindsight, I should have probably rapid spin first to weaken them into poison range, but they could have predicted the rocks after and gone for their spin anyway. This game will be really close. Corv denies the healing. This is another huge misplay I made. I used Roost to take an HP fire from 9 later, but this was a terrible play. Now, my dormant brain cells finally wake up and realize that I can't stop them from wish passing to Meganium. If I went hard into Raging Bolt, I'd force them to go Revile and not heal Niam. But now, I have to play around this threat. I'll start the mind game by positioning Hollow. I will protect first to get an idea of how they want to approach this, and I also don't think they will calm mine cuz they have been playing aggressively, so they might immediately attack. Now, I have to hope I get my turns right. I predict them to click either Giga Drain or Calm Mind. I will go Corv. They are gonna try Wish Pass again, but I see a path. I'll U-turn into Raging Bolt. I will now Calm Mind to put pressure on their Meganium. +1 Thunderbolt, Poison, and their own life orb out damage their healing and force them to Calm Mind himself. It comes down to these next few mind games. I always Thunderbolt here, because I force chip on them, since they always have to Calm Mind. This is the most difficult part. This turn decides the game. I am now threatened out by Draining Kiss, but they could predict my Corviknight and HP Fire. This is it. All or nothing. It's my turn to make a hard read and finally win this game. This may sound crazy, but I will go into Olo, because I think that even if they DK, protected Corviknight switch is a guaranteed win. It comes down to this. I got it right. I win now. Okay, this actually could have went south, since for some reason Ant went hard Raging Bolt, predicting an Olo switch. Giga Drain or Hidden Power, and seeing it as a middle ground play, and because I thought T-Bolt wouldn't kill Meganium if they went to their Olo, and that whole sequence happened. I won regardless. I need to never forget about Pursuit Ball. What a close one. My own Alomo Mola and Raging Bolt win now. Good game and well played to Demon Lord. Definitely one of the most intense matches I've ever had. And that ends an insane Game 3. So guys, that's it for the video. I'm sorry for the super late upload. My mental health has been very bad. I've also been absent in the Battle Coliseum after the leaderboard reset because of this. Lack of motivation and the delays on this video, which I started working on since the 7th of April, is now being uploaded after 20 days. I want to apologize for this and promise that I will be more consistent and will showcase better teams. I put a ton of effort into making these PvP videos and will be uploading more soon. Also, the giveaway winners will be decided after a week of this video being uploaded. So please like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more PvP content from a top player in the scene. So guys, that's all I have to say. My next PvP video will feature my battle against another content creator of this game, so stay tuned for that video. Also, go check out Pope Remix Studio, whose music was used in this video. Alright, see ya next time.